So I got cut off on the last video, so here's what ended up. Hopefully it makes sense. So now I've got to go, okay, I know that I have to get something to the fourth power so that 4 can cancel. So I have to think, what to the fourth power is 81? That's 3. Oh, so that means that question mark is a 3. There's your answer. Okay, let's do the last one on the page. And let's go, okay, 100 to the what equals 10. Okay, they have to have the same base. 10 squared to the x equals 10 to the first. 2x equals 1. X equals 1/2. So it's just 1/2. Another way to look at it is, okay, this is log 100, 100 to the 1/2. Remember, if you have, let me zoom out a little bit, the square root of 36, you agree that's 6. It also means 36 to the 1/2. That's the same thing, because 6 squared to the 1/2 is 6 to the first, which is 6. The cube root of 64 is 64 to the 1/3. And why is that? Because 4 cubed to the 1/3 is 4. And the cube root of 64 is 4. So if I say the square root of 100, it really means 100 to the 1/2, which is 10 squared to the 1/2, which is 10 to the first, which is 10. Hopefully that's kind of clicking a little bit more. So now that this is the little, it would go big, times 1 is 1/2. Okay, I don't care about this. All right, we're at the homework. So now that we're at the homework, this is what we did on the previous page. We did this on the previous page. I actually think I want to do, this one. Actually, I'll do 2 and 3, so let me go over that one. So I can either go what to the third power equals 100, or 1,000. And I can go, okay, I can't make the bases the same. So I can make the exponents the same. Therefore, 10 is my answer. I could also have done this log. If that's 3, it has to be something to the third power. 10 to the third power is 3. So my answer is 10. Now, I want to do this one because it's 0.01. All right. 0.01. If you were to say 0.01, I think you would agree it's 1 penny. Well, what is it 1 penny out of? It's out of 100 pennies, right? Because that makes a dollar. I can't spell pennies. If you were to say this number as a decimal, it's 1/100th, because it's 1 penny out of 100. So what if I had 0.001? What would that be? Well, that would be 1 out of 1,000, because it's less than a penny. So when you see this, this is 100ths. 1 out of 100. So that means this is going to step it up, 1 over 10 squared. But we haven't been dealing with fractions. If I brought this up here, this would be 10 to the negative 2. So what does that mean? 0.01 is 1/100th, which is 10 squared. But we don't like a fraction, so it's 10 to the negative 2. Okay? So let me give you another example. If I had x to the negative 3, you go, Ms. Rifkin, you can't have negative exponents. You move it downstairs. What if you had 1 over x to the negative 3? You go, Ms. Rifkin, I don't like negative exponents. It's down. Bring it up. Okay? So this one equals that, and that equals that. Okay? And you go, but Ms. Rifkin, we can't have negative exponents. I understand, but I'm changing this so I can manipulate it. Let me get to what I mean. If you look here, remember what we learned? We learned that if that's 3, like that little number has to be a 3. So if this is negative 2, that means this has to be something to the negative 2. Oh, well that's 1/100th, which is 1 over 10 squared, which is 10 to the negative 2. So that means that's 10, and that means that's log 10. So the answer's 10. I could also do this by going what to the negative 2 equals 0.01, which is 1 over 100. which is 1 over 10 squared, which is 10 to the negative 2. And I go x to the negative 2 equals 10 to the negative 2, x equals 10. That's a good one. Okay. This one is 1/2. We're never going to keep it as a decimal. So if I was to do this, I'm saying what to the 1/2 power equals 3. Okay, this is a hard one. So that means I'd have to know what to the 1/2 power is going to equal x to the 1/2. Well, do you remember before we said that if we had the square root of 36, that's 36 to the 1/2? Oops, sorry. If we have the square root of 25, that equals 25 to the 1/2. So I know that 3 is the same thing as 9 to the 1/2 because the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so that means my answer is 9. That was a good one. We'll work on that more. Okay, so you can do the first one and then you can do those two. Now you know how to do this one because of this, not that it's easy. Okay, so they want to know the domain and the range of this function. I would move the 3 over, and then you'll be able to find the vertex and graph it, and you can also use Desmos. This one, they're asking about a circle. This one, solve by completing, I said it, complete the square. Okay. On these, you can do this one. So I think what they're saying is, if this is F and G, I'll do one of them and then you'll do the other one. We're going to take G and it's going to go in for F. Oops, that's not right, sorry. We're going to take G and it's going to go in for F. So I'm going to go 3 times x squared plus 5, or plus 4. So that's going in there, then minus 5. Distribute, and then 3x squared plus 7. This one is saying, hey, take F, all of this, and it goes in for what? G. So it's going to go right in there for G. So that means I'm going to write 3x minus 5 squared plus 4. Okay, then I would box this out down here. And I would get 9x squared minus 30x plus 25 plus 4, which is 9x squared minus 30x plus 29. We'll go over this more, okay? So I want you to do these two problems for homework, okay? So you'll do F into G and G into F. This one, I think it's just more of the same. It's the same thing. They want you to take F, and it goes in for G. And then they want you to take G, and it goes in for F. And that's it.